All right, New York Giants fans, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Well, the Daniel Jones news has come down. So it seems that he has avoided the major injury with a hamstring, and he has an outside chance playing on Sunday, and the Giants are going to know a little bit more later in the week. I personally think this is of course, the best news scenario, but it does kind of put the team in a quandary. Okay, they're going to Seattle. Seattle is a long flight. And I've said this before, and I said this in my other video. If you're going to think about starting Daniel Jones against Seattle, you need to fly him out at least on Thursday. Make it easy, because that trip with a hamstring is not going to feel good for Daniel Jones. So you get them out there maybe a couple days earlier, and usually the teams fly out Friday. You fly them out on Saturday. You let them rest. You let them keep it. Let them keep it loose. And then you kind of have a progression during the week to see exactly where he is. Because also the other worst case scenario is you play him, and he plays okay, and then he tears the hamstring. We've never really in my mind, we've never really penciled this game in as a win in Seattle. I always thought this game was going to be a loss. So does Daniel Jones give you a better opportunity to win against the Seahawks? Of course he does. And I've said this before, your starting quarterback should give you a better chance to win than your backup. But the question is, do you want to risk? If you truly feel you have a shot at the playoffs and you have a chance with the rest of your schedule, then you play Daniel Jones. Then you don't play Daniel Jones. You let him rest a week. You let him build up that strength in that leg. Because right now, like I said, your only sort of gimme game, and it's not even a gimme game because there's really no gimme games in the NFL, is the Dallas game. But we may have an opportunity for him to have a better chance of beating the Cardinals or the Browns. I'm not seeing him beat the Ravens. But I am saying like this, you take a shot. You take your shot with Daniel Jones. The problem is, like I said, if he blows out the hamstring in Seattle, any hopes that you thought you may have had for the playoffs, it will even dwindle even more. So why not just let him rest a week and then just kind of see how it feels the following week? I think the best case scenario would be sign someone like Cooper Rush off the Dallas practice squad. He knows Jason Garrett's system. He's been with the organization. I don't see bringing in Josh Rosen or someone like that because they're not familiar with the playbook. They're not familiar with the team. Cooper Rush would be a perfect. He'd be a perfect plug and play quarterback right now because of the fact, like I said, he's been here. He was here all during training camp. You can't even say he was there all during preseason because there was no preseason. But I really do think, like I said, this is the best case, kind of worst case scenario because you're in a quandary if you want him to play or if you want to rest him and have a shot at making the playoffs. The Seattle game with Daniel Jones was a long shot either way. Going cross-country, playing Russell Wilson, playing in Seattle. I know the fans aren't there. The 12th man's not going to be there. But it was a tall task even with Daniel Jones. So my mind is, or even best case scenario, another scenario is you can leave Daniel Jones here and don't let him have that flight. Because once you fly there, you got to fly back. And if anyone, like I said, has had a hamstring injury, they will let you know when that thing tightens up, you feel it. You feel it in the back of your leg. I said on Sunday, I didn't think it was going to be that bad on because of the fact that he was walking on the sidelines, the leg wasn't wrapped. They didn't take him into the locker room and keep him there. So you kind of had a feeling that it wasn't as bad as projected. But like I said, this is a good scenario and a bad scenario. Does Daniel Jones give you a better opportunity to win? Sure he does. And I've said it, like I said, I just said it twice. He should be a better opportunity when you're starting quarterback. But do you want to risk one game in comparison to the rest of the season? That's a tall question for Joe Judge right now. And I think right now, of course, Joe Judge is the only one that can answer that. And you know what? He's made a lot of right moves in the last 4 weeks or so. So let's see what he decides. I guarantee the Giants will sign a backup quarterback, even if they sign him over to the practice squad. I mean, they can't sign a practice squad player to the practice squad. They had to sign him to the active roster, but you never know. You never know exactly what's going to go on. But it's going to be a fluid situation, and we just kind of need to see how it breaks down and how it breaks out. And we got to hope for the best. And like I said, we'll see probably like on Wednesday or Thursday, get a better idea. And we'll kind of go from there. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talking here, Tim. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you ring the bell, I think you know what it means, that'd be awesome.